Y'all wanted part two, so here's part two. This is the truth behind the Kobe Bryant and Tracy McGrady rivalry. This was Kobe's rival. Throughout the NBA, there's always someone who's your direct rival. A lot of people feel Kevin Durant is LeBron James' rival. That is incorrect. Kevin Durant is the young lion, LeBron is the old lion. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant were not rivals. Michael Jordan was the old lion, Kobe Bryant was the young lion. The rival is somebody who comes in about the same time as you, and you guys ascend during the same point in time where one group is with the other side, another group is on the other side, and we need to find out while they're in their prime who is the better of the two, who could vanquish their foe to stand atop and atone. And Tracy McGrady and Kobe Bryant were those comparisons. When they were younger, they played in AAU against each other, and it was competitive then. Kobe wanted to see who could hit the deepest three, and Kobe was trying to do a reverse dunk and did it, and wanted to see if T Mac could do it, and Vince, and they were tearing up the courts with all their athleticism and doing all these moves. Oh, I could do this move right here. Can you do it, T Mac? Let's see if you can match my move right here. Oh, oh, get out. Oh, off the glass. Kobe was a b-ball phenomenon. And the only thing is, Kobe never had the keys. They promoted Kobe Bryant, they molded Kobe Bryant, but they never really gave him the keys. He got championships playing under Phil, playing with Shaq, but they were grooming him for when it was time to release him to the world without Shaq, that you were going to know you had a problem on your hands. But during that time, Tracy McGrady was going through a similar problem in Toronto. He had Vince Carter, his cousin, who was basically in his position, in his way, and he couldn't play with his cousin Vince. It wasn't going to allow him to shine playing behind his cousin Vince. So he's just like, I need a new identity. I need a new place to go. I love the fact the Raptors chose me, but I gotta go. Can't be here. I'm not getting the opportunities that I need to grow. So after 2 seasons, they agree that it's time for Tracy McGrady to go. Isaiah Lloyd Thomas III is the guy who drafted Tracy McGrady, as he was president and GM of the Toronto Raptors. He was uh, he was one of the guys who scouted Tracy McGrady. But with Toronto going into another direction, then it forced them to make moves and do transitions that they probably wasn't ready for at the time. So T Mac had to be moved, as everyone chose to stay with Vince. And, of course, it's Vince Carter. So T Mac was moved to Orlando. So obviously there was no rivalry at that time, because even in the 98 and 99 era, Kobe went from playing 25 minutes a game to 1999. It was basically Kobe's job to lose, as he became the full-time starter for the Los Angeles Lakers. And Tracy McGrady was lucky if he got 20 minutes. in Toronto. So only when they start playing and like the year 1999, 2001, during that time period, that you actually get to see them start to rival one another and play against each other. And his Orlando debut against Kobe, T Mac went off. I mean, grabbing rebounds, hitting the boards. He attacked Kobe. Even though Kobe and them, they won easy, T Mac put on a show. Kobe had a terrible shooting game. He shot 30% for the game. He locked Kobe down. They won 29-6. I mean, he had 29. Kobe had 16 points. He was 5 for 17 on the court. Just dismal the entire game. T Mac, but the Lakers won. But it was the arrival of T Mac. And that's when he went from Tracy McGrady to T Mac. That was the T Mac game. He was put on notice once he outshined Kobe Bryant in that game. The very next game, Kobe's aware. He's looking on the schedule for when T Mac is coming to the Lakers to play against him. Because no one at this time is even thinking about this game. That game was months ago. Kobe Bryant is thinking about it. And now they're like, oh, we get to see the rematch. Now NBC is picking up on it. Kobe goes out to try to make an example of T Mac on the court. He gives him a bow to the chest in like the second quarter. T Mac was, what was that about? And it was just how it was at that time. Kobe shot a better percentage. He only shot 13 shots. Score, he was like 8 for 13, I believe. But T Mac was right there with him. He had a terrible shooting game. Kobe got all up in his chest. You know, they really made him work for the shots he got. So even though that he was vanquished that day, T Mac was confident he'd be back for the next game. So time passes. It's a new year to start it off around January, new season. Getting ready to hit the All-Star break, and both guys, NBC, everybody involved is looking forward to the Lakers versus Orlando game. So you can see Tracy McGrady versus Kobe Bryant once more. Both guys were so fixated on each other, playing this game, that they couldn't even function no other way. Like Kobe had always beat McGrady as far as the Lakers getting the win. So it was never really a competition of them. People were watching the in-house battle between McGrady and Kobe, who were defending each other tremendously through the series. This game, Kobe could not get his shot off the way he wanted on Tracy McGrady. He scored 23, but it wasn't an impressive win. T-Mac scored 22, but it was like T-Mac just don't have any help, but he's better than Kobe Bryant. So the next game they played, they both go off against each other. And it was the first time McGrady has beaten Kobe Bryant. The very first game, the torch has been passed, and everyone says, well, we thought Kobe was going to be the man, but it's obvious T-Mac is the one. T-Mac was on fire that game. Kobe was on fire too. They couldn't, it was shot for shot, except for T-Mac was sharing the ball more. He was distributing more. He was all around. He got help from his team. And they both ended up with 38 points and canceled each other out. But when the clock and the time ran out, Kobe was the loser for the first time to T-Mac. First time he ever lost to him. The very next game, again, they both end up with 21 points, playing almost the exact same statistics all the way through. And they both end up with the same amount of points, except for the Lakers win. Shaq was always the denominator to separate the two, but these guys would always play to a standstill. And then McGrady's out for like basically a season. He comes back in 2004 and he's lighting Kobe Bryant up. He's got 21 and 6 at the half. Kobe just came back from the biggest controversy of his life with the whole scandal with the Colorado situation. So he just survived this scandal, right? Everybody's like, man, Kobe just came out this scandal. You know, what's gonna happen with Kobe? And when they played against T Mac, he looked like crap. Kobe had 1 point, 2 assists at halftime. He had just got in an argument with Vanessa that day. And for the first time in life, he took it on the court and played like crap. And he was like, this is going to be the end of my career if I don't step up and start playing ball. This is it. I got to play right now because Tracy McGrady is the man. They don't even look at me no more as being the guy. When they say best players of the league, it's Tracy McGrady, it's Shaq. Kobe name was like maybe it'd be third or fourth or fifth if mentioned. And they were 3-time world champions. This was the year Kobe Bryant, and this was the time he got nasty. In the second half, there was no more conversation with McGrady and Kobe. He hit McGrady, pushed him. He moved people out the way and said, no, I got Tracy McGrady. I got him. And T-Mac was like, oh, okay, but it was a whole different. Even T-Mac himself said, I didn't recognize this Kobe Bryant that I was playing against in the first half. Like, that's not him. I don't know what he's going through, but we rolling. So they were up big, and Kobe just surged, led the comeback, got Shaq back in the game. Not only did they come back, he just couldn't miss. He was hitting shots from all over the place. It was something next of extraordinary and just unbelievable shots from and led the Lakers to come back to beat the Orlando Magic. And we just witnessed one of the greatest comebacks in overtime, led by Kobe Bryant, who finished with 38, and T-Mac finished with 37 and 10 dimes. But it was clear Kobe had put himself on a mantle. Now, they call this the Black Mamba game because his mentality changed. Very aggressive, angry play, rage, a passion for the game. That he was going to zone out and focus on the game. And sure enough, he was still the same Kobe, but just more nasty. So T-Mac is still playing him, and he dominates him because T-Mac comes back and he said, "You know what? We're leaving." He's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, we're leaving." we're gonna pack things up and we're gonna move forward. And we're going to Houston. Tracy McGrady had went to Houston because of the simple fact that he didn't have any help in Orlando. And he wanted to compete for a championship. And Orlando was like, Tracy McGrady always gets hurt. We just can't make Tracy happy. So they traded him to Houston. But the NBA wanted this. They wanted more McGrady in the West so they get to sell more Kobe Bryant versus Tracy McGrady games. Because these things are epic just to be having 2 a year. We need 4, maybe 5 in a season. That's going to be great. That's how the NBA is thinking. They need more of those games so they can have more network games. So now Tracy McGrady's in Houston. Here's the first game against the Lakers. Let's see it. In that first game, man, it was intense. Kobe came out doing his thing, pump faking, taking the ball here, moving it there. And it was the same result. There was no Shaq. It was just all Kobe. And it was just all McGrady. And they both played almost to a standstill. Even in this Black Mamba era, they still played each other to a standstill. Only difference is the defense of Kobe Bryant, who also, for the first time, and I don't know how long, had 10 assists along with his 27 points. He was able to distribute the ball. So once T-Mac started getting up, he got his second win on Kobe again that season. They played each other 5 times, if not 6 times, that entire season or that year in 2005. The most they've ever played against each other. And since then, the rivalry has slipped. T-Mac fell victim to a lot of injuries. Kobe Bryant ascended, started hitting his zenith, and when T-Mac would save it up, he would save it up for the Kobe Bryant games. But it was clear that he was on the decline. Injuries started to take its toll, and Kobe was just becoming rising like the phoenix. Then when he lit him up for 53 one night, it was clear. And that was like in '07 when he hit him up for that 53. Even though he had 30 and 10, nobody had anything to say. It was cemented that this is Kobe Bryant's league, and everybody else is just in the way. Stay away from Kobe Bryant. He followed the 53 up and come back and hit him with a 45. It was clearly the changing of the guard. It took a while and a lot of battles, but he vanquished Tracy McGrady. Great battles. Epic. 2 epic basketball players fending each other off, and everybody's waiting for me, I guess. But they were fending each other off and trying to vanquish the other person, in the spirited competition. And that's what basketball was about, you know. And that's when it was at its zenith. It brought out the best in each other. And they both so respectful, to this day. They had some nasty exchanges with Kobe, but they definitely have come full circle. So now that they've come full circle and have brought this rivalry to a halt, with their careers and everything, you can look back on it and go, man, we had some battles. But it was always Kobe getting his hand raised the majority of the time on the basketball court. LeBron was never Kobe's rival. For those who are going to say that, they didn't rival each other. LeBron was the young lion. Kobe was the old lion. That's how it was. And only thing it could be is a passing of the guard there. But we'll get to that later and down the road. But yeah, Kobe was a monster. But they view that one game where he came back as the birth of the Black Mamba game. And when he had that Mamba syndrome, and everybody was Black Mamba, Black Mamba. I just remember T Mac for being incredible, competitive, athletic, can do a lot of the things Kobe could do. He distributed a lot more. But Kobe would always say, "Man, I would have had a lot more assists if they kept fouling Shaq. I get a ball to Shaq and Shaq get fouled, and they kept fouling him on purpose. So I would have been averaging 10 assists. I would give him the ball, and the team's defense, they would just zone in and foul Shaq. And I'm like, wow, there goes my assist." So there it is. Tell me what you think. Don't forget to subscribe and go back and check out the one I did with Vince Carter. I'm out.